Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video giving my thoughts on what I think is one of the best characters we've had in the last few seasons of Walking Dead television series, and that is of Bob Stookey. Alright, and of course this one does contain spoilers. All my videos contain spoilers nowadays because we're talking about current stuff because there's a lot to talk about. That said, yeah, so played by Lawrence Gillard Jr., Bob Stookey is a really, really cool character. Now, he was a character that we met at the beginning of The Walking Dead Season 4. He premiered in the first episode of Season 4. And at first when he kind of came in, I did some predictions and things like that before he had actually, come into the show, made some videos about that, and wasn't really sure what to make of him. At first, a lot of us thought he was going to be some kind of governor's spy or something like that, because in the comic book series, Bob Stookey is basically a medic or a drunk medic, who patches the governor back up after Michonne, brutalizes him. So you remember in the TV series where she used the piece of glass to get him in the eye? In the comic book series, she kind of tortures him and, cuts off, like, many things. And many parts. She removes parts. It's even darker than it is in the TV show version. And Bob Stookey is the doctor, the drunk doctor, who puts him back together, basically. Struggling with alcoholism, drunk all the time, pretty useless, is able to put the governor back together, and then we get what is Too Far Gone in the comic book series version shortly after. So the TV series version, even though he shares the same name, he's not really all that similar. The traits that are similar would be his alcoholism, right? We've never really seen him use the medic skills aside from when he got shot himself and asked if there was an exit wound. But they did use them for some different things in the series with the episode Alone, where we kind of got a sense of what it can be like in a zombie apocalypse when you're totally alone, and how he pretty much joined the group, joined Daryl and the others, and didn't really care who they were, just wanted to be a part of something, wanted to be a part of something bigger, and in the end, major spoilers, it seems is able to die happy. It seems to me, knowing the character, getting to see him through all these episodes, that he seems happier having found Rick's group, Daryl's group, the survivors, whatever you want to refer to them as, joining the group and having that time with Sasha than he would have been, even if he lived to be an old man, completely alone by himself in the zombie apocalypse. So for that, as a viewer, I'm happy to see what they did with the character. Now, in The Walking Dead, you got to have some casualties. You have to. I was actually surprised with the whole Hunter ordeal, Terminus ordeal, that really we only lost him in terms of like our core group of characters. I was thinking we were going to lose more people than that, and some people think we should have. We should have had maybe a couple character deaths, like maybe, I don't know, another character like maybe Maggie or somebody like that. But that said, I don't know if it would have really added that much to the story, and I don't know if you need to have a ton of deaths all the time. There's only so much we can absorb, and there's only so much time in each episode they can kind of put in there. What they did with Bob in the episode, of course, it was amazing to see Rick's group kill the termites, kill the hunters, so to speak. And then in addition to that, you have the great scenes with Bob at the very end. Him being happy, telling Sasha about the dream, that she was smiling back at him. And, it was just a really, really touching moment for people that like the series. Really emotional, really touching, and it was a lot like the Herschel death that we had last season, where it just really got to you. But rather than it being totally a death at the hands of a villain, it was more of a happy death because he was, of course, maimed. They cut his leg off. But he was going to die anyway, and he was able to die in peace, surrounded by those that he cared about in the zombie apocalypse. His zombie apocalypse family, so to speak, as Rick would say, keeping his promises, right? So aside from that, I don't really have too much more else to say about the character than I really enjoyed seeing him in the series. He was a really cool character, and I think his attitude, is going to have an effect on the others, because attitudes really are contagious. Even in a story, even in a TV series, even in The Walking Dead, his positivity, him talking to Rick about hope, and it's kind of like similar to Herschel, how he gave Rick some things in terms of mental attitude, in terms of just psychological motivation to continue on. Bob did that for Rick also. He gave him those important concepts that maybe Rick was doubting. and talked about what Rick is going to do, and how it's just a nightmare, and that he's going to set everything back to normal eventually, and believing in him, and just smiling and knowing that that's the way it's going to be. So right up until the end, really, really cool character, really positive all the time. And even at first, when we first meet him, he's smiling and stuff, and you think there's got to be something up with this guy. No, he's just a happy person. It's rare to see nowadays. It's even in the real world, it's rare to see people that are just genuinely happy. And he was a character that was that. So amazing acting all the way through by Lawrence Gillard Jr. Really happy what they did with the character. Really enjoyed seeing him in the Walking Dead television series. And I won't go on for far too long, but interested to see what they're going to do with Sasha going forward, what effects Bob is going to have on the group as a whole, and at least on Rick and the others that he was close to. And yeah, I mean, a great character, great addition, and I felt like was handled extremely well. Being that he's a fairly new character, it feels like emotionally from watching that we've known him forever. It feels like he's been in the series since the very first episode, doesn't it? At least to me it does. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the character. Awesome character, and how he was handled. Are maybe some of you upset that he's been killed off? Are you not? Or are you just, like me, genuinely happy that we had a character like that? Because I think that going on in the series, it's going to be pretty rare that we find characters like him. I don't think we're going to see too many. So let me know what you guys think about that. I won't, like I said, I won't go on for too long for this video. Tomorrow probably will be doing the thoughts on the group being separated. Abraham and the others, and also got the Q&A coming up, of course, this weekend. Probably do 2 this week, and also a bad guy discussion, giving my thoughts on Gareth, the hunters versus some of the other groups, some of the other bad guys we've seen. So those will be coming 1 a day over the next couple days, and then of course the review after that for episode 4. So that said, if you're new to the channel, you want to subscribe, you want to go ahead and talk with an amazing community of tons of people who love The Walking Dead probably just as much as you do, including myself. It's really easy. All you have to do is click subscribe. I think I'm just close to, by the time you watch this, I'll probably be really close to 100,000 subscribers. So if you wouldn't mind, please help me out. Please subscribe so I can get there. And yeah, thank you guys for being so awesome all the way through, supportive of me and doing my videos and everything. And write in the comments below what your thoughts were on Bob, what you thought of him as a character, and just how you feel about how he was handled. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it, so I'll call it here. If you guys want to help support me as well as subscribing, please feel free to like the video. Please feel free to share it and favorite it if you really want to help. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. The next Walking Dead topic. As always, it's Trev, and peace.